uh, that moment you lose your vision. Humility, on the other side, is that vision which grants you a perception of reality. The moment you are proud, something happens in your perception, which the Bhagavatam describes like this. You become like a person who is turned around and around and around, stops now and thinks the whole environment is spinning around him. Maybe you had this after you had sufficient dancing in the wheel position, you know. You stand and all of a sudden there is an impression that everything turns around you. So a prideful person thinks, although he is most probably the most uninteresting feature of the universe, that in fact he is that part or that person around whom everything turns. This is a very great misapprehension, it's called, and it happened to Indra. Once, and you know why this pride comes? It's the subtle form of lusty desires. Once Sita Devi, when she was in the forest with her Lord Ram, asked Ram, by what symptoms can I recognize a person who is full of lust? Maybe this is a question which is interesting for ladies also, who walk alone in a dangerous territory. You know, by what symptoms does a man who's full of lust betray himself to the outside? And Lord Ramachandra says, a person who's full of lust gives inappropriate punishment to those who are subordinate to him. He's so prideful or proud that he puts himself before and gives inappropriate punishment. To say it in simple ISKCON terms, he loses his temper, he loses his composure, like Indra did. His overreaction was due to the fact that he was really full of lusty desires to enjoy this world, and therefore he was so easily shaken, and he could not see Krishna standing right in front of him. In fact, he was highly dependent on being worshipped by others. It was his life. Judging from Indra's reaction, we clearly know that he is not the supreme being. There's an example. It was once at the banks of the Saraswati where the greatest rishi of their times met to decide who is to be worshipped as the supreme personality. Bhrigu Muni was chosen, and he needed now a test by which he would test various personalities. And he chose a very interesting test. He wanted to find out the person who was not in need of respect. By that, how do you say, paradigm or qualification, he wanted to find out who's the greatest. If you are needy that someone respects you, if you are a Swami or a Guru and you need that others pay you obeisances, if you are a senior devotee and you are dependent on younger offering you a seat in order to feel happy and integrated, it means you are a very needy person, and you eat the dangerous food of respect. For a person who is needy of others' respect, if he receives the respect, that's the greatest poison in his spiritual development. It's not good for him to get this, because his neediness and his spiritual insufficiency and lack of spiritual realization will not be cured. So first,